Yeah. Check this out. In a ruling signed this week, yesterday, by Travis County District Judge Jan Sofier, well, the judge ruled in favor of 19 property owners who have sued the city of Austin over the procedures in the city's latest attempt to overhaul the land use code. That's a rewrite of all the rules on how and where we build anything.
Right.
And these property owners, they wanted the right to at least protest. The City of Austin's Land Development Code sets up rules for what can be built and where throughout the city. And it has not undergone a comprehensive rewrite in many years, 3 decades. The judge argued, heard arguments from the attorneys in this case going back to March the 11th, and the plaintiffs argued that the procedures the City of Austin used for the ongoing rewrite of the city's Land Development Code violated property owners' protest rights. Yeah, this is a big win for property owners here in Austin against this Democrat Socialist City Council.
Right.
Yeah, the City of Austin argued that because the land code rewrite was a comprehensive revision of the code, that the city's process of moving the code overhaul forward has followed the law. Now, according to the ruling from the judge, upheld the property rights of the owners. So far, the judge found that the city violated sections of the Texas Local Government Code in their efforts to perform a land code rewrite because they failed to provide the required notice of the Planning Commission's public hearing to property owners, whose zoning would be altered by the changes that have been proposed. Now, additionally, the judge found that the city violated state rules in failing to recognize the plaintiff's property rights.
Well, this is a big win.
It is.
Yeah, because obviously the public needs to play a major part, a major role in how this thing goes forward. Because even if I'm not going to make any changes to my property, I'm not going to build a duplex in my backyard or anything like that. If somebody does next to me, that's going to affect things for me, and I have to have a part in that.
Yeah, now the judge declared the city must send written notices to all property owners whose property is having its zoning changed and to property owners within 200 feet of the zoning change, at least 10 days before the Planning Commission actually has a public hearing on any change at all.
Wow.
Now, she also said the city could make a notice of the time and the place of a public hearing held by both the council members and the Planning Commission through 2/3 of a vote on the city council. So there you go. We have a local judge that's, cracking the whip and getting the city council in line and protecting our property rights all at the same time.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, this is a big win. I have a feeling that this land use rewrite thing is going to be put on the back burner, just like that November bond package of $5 billion. I think that's going to be an afterthought now.
I was about to say the same thing. This thing, if we see any results from this, it's going to be a long time.
Yeah, the judge emphasized that property owners suing the city have protest rights under Texas Local Government Code with any change in zoning to their property or within property that's 200 feet of something they own.
Yes, of course.
Victory right there for citizens, for taxpayers.
Not your property, city. It's mine.
Now listen, this doesn't change the way that what the city wants to do. It doesn't change that, but it does give the people a chance to express their concerns along the way.
And we can. It's a surefire bet that even though there was this good win, this major win for property owners, the city thinks you're wrong.
Yeah.
The city does think you made a mistake.
Yeah.
Anytime we say no to something, they go, you're wrong.
Yeah. Now, the judge did command the city to refrain from refusing to recognize and accept property rights protest of plaintiffs. She also commanded the city to require 3/4 vote of all council members to adopt any zoning change for any property that's been protested by the owners of at least 20% of relevant property citing the Texas Land Code. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a big setback. This is a black eye for Mayor Adler.
That it is.
Yeah.
That it is.
You can jump in here on that conversation at 512-836-0590. Check this out, Don. In a span of just a few days, marijuana has gone from illegal substance to an essential product in at least 3 states. Yeah, to prevent the spread of the coronavirus, San Francisco has issued a shelter-in-place order, allowing only essential businesses to stay open during the pandemic. And a day after dispensaries were left off that list, these businesses, the city leaders, they reversed that decision. Now, in terms of cannabis dispensaries, the Department of Public Health clarified that since cannabis has medical uses, dispensaries will be allowed to operate as an essential business, just as pharmacies are allowed to do the same thing. That, according to the San Francisco mayor.
Well, yes, and it is going to be essential for a lot of people for health reasons, and I think a lot of people just for their sanity. right now.
Well, if we could get booze delivered, why can't we get weed delivered?
Exactly.
Both New York and Illinois have expressed similar sentiments, deeming weed essential for residents. A representative from New York says that registered organizations in the state's medical marijuana program are essential medical providers, and they'll be allowed to remain open.
You know, that's good, and again, also just for a lot of people's sanity, which I don't recall. Was there any mention from the mayor? Of course, we have the bars and restaurants changing the way they're doing business, and bars, unfortunately, just having to shut down. What about liquor stores? Where are they? Where do they fall in all of this?
Jump in here at 512-836-0590.
The Todd and Don Show.